Hello and welcome. This is a different presentation from my usual reporting, but it's something I need to alert the travelling public to for the following reasons. Before leaving Australia on our recent holiday, I'd pre-booked and prepaid a 2-week car rental through an online company called economybookings.com. I'd been careful to select the most suitable car insurance and was issued a contractual invoiced receipt clearly stating no more to pay on pickup. Arriving at Gatwick Airport, we were obliged to seek out a waiting green motion car rental shuttle bus in order to be ferried over to the car rental depot some distance from the airport. The green motion car rental company didn't have the vehicle we had selected. According to one employee, they'd never even had one. But so long as they could provide something similar, that was okay. However, when filling out the paperwork, we were unexpectedly told our debit card was unacceptable, despite being adequately funded and fully operational. According to their staff, pursuant to the self-imposed restriction of not accepting debit cards, we were obliged to pay an additional £28 per day for a second car insurance we didn't need and certainly didn't want. An obvious scam. I bluntly refused, to which they responded by saying they wouldn't release any car unless we agreed to their scurrilous rip-off. Located some distance from the airport precluded the option of seeking any alternative car hire service in the unlikely event anything might be available. Since we had some distance to travel to find our accommodation just outside Hastings, the best I could do was argue them down to £19 per day and then sign under extreme duress. Signing under duress was made abundantly clear, thereby establishing grounds to lawfully challenge the scammed extortion at a later date. I can't imagine a more unpleasant and upsetting experience to greet visitors arriving in a country. At the first opportunity, I notified the online broker economybookings.com, who issued an indifferent response and proceeded to completely ignore our situation. They continued to disdainfully ignore us despite numerous attempts to gain meaningful advice that our justifiable complaint was noted and being attended to. This appalling lack of response dragged on for weeks, wherein I published an appropriately scathing report on productreview.com, warning unwary travellers of the customer contempt issuing from economybookings.com. Weeks passed by before they eventually notified our pressing complaint was at long last under investigation. Now, long after returning home, we received a cop-out message from the despicable scam colluders of economybookings.com, denying all responsibility through advising we should have detected and read the slippery clause carefully secreted halfway down page 8 in the contract small print. This makes a sneering mockery of the invoiced assurance stating nothing more to pay on pickup. When a contractual receipt clearly states in bold print nothing to pay, then the bearer of that document can reasonably expect that to be a factual statement. Evidently, the unethical scam colluders of economybookings.com don't see it that way, expecting hitherto trusting customers to wade through the reams of excruciating minute small print to locate an obscure disclaimer buried in page 8 to be used as an excuse to inflict extortion upon unsuspecting victims. At this point, I'm unsure just how best to proceed, but will register the payment to Green Motion at my bank as an unlawfully scammed, unwarrantable expense and request payment reversal. Adding insult to injury, Green Motion Car Rentals have also declined to repay the deposit money, despite our returning the vehicle in perfect condition, in accordance with all terms and conditions as evidenced on the return acceptance form. I can't prove that economybookings.com colluded with the Green Motion car rental company in perpetrating this scam, but their disgraceful lack of response, exacerbated by a stubborn unwillingness to address our situation in a timely manner, ultimately topped by an unacceptable cop-out, gives rise to deep suspicion. I jointly owned and operated a tourism and hospitality business for 20 years, during which time we did everything possible to assist customers with all forms of card payment. The only reason for refusing any type of card is to have an excuse to perpetrate a scam. In closing, I alert travellers to studiously avoid the above-mentioned car rental agency, economybookings.com and Green Motion Car Rentals, Gatwick, because our deeply unpleasant experience affirms both are unconscionably unethical in their business practices. I'll report more as and when the situation clarifies. Thank you for watching.